what is the AAU? How does it impact youth sports?
We're even giving people templates for social media advertising, emails, parent contracts, media releases. We put it all together so that it could seamlessly be implemented into the gym. It's really about exposing, your current kids to a new experience and keeping them hyped and excited.
All right, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Cheer Biz Podcast. I'm your host, Dan Cotton, and today we are sitting down with Heidi from the Open Championship, who I was just here with last year with an exciting announcement, and now we're back a year later, and shockingly, they have another super exciting announcement that we are going to be diving into and how it can actually help you in your gyms. So, without any further ado, Heidi, what is the big news? What are we so excited about right now?
Yeah, so we're super excited because, like you said, we are constantly looking for ways to help with growth in the industry and stability and the ability to bring in new products. And so we were given an opportunity about 6 months ago to start working with AAU. And so we are now hosting with AAU the Junior Olympics for cheerleading. So we are very excited about this. This is a huge announcement. And we are going to be producing the event alongside with them. And we are in a full partnership with the AAU Junior Olympics. So many people, I'm sure, growing up in sports have heard of the Junior Olympics. This is something that represents many sports. It's held once a year during the summer. And this year it's going to be in Houston, Texas, which is obviously a great city to get to, a big hub for flights. And so we're just really pumped because we believe that this is a great opportunity, not only to have our athletes experience something new that they haven't got to experience in a long time. There are people that were able to do this many years ago, but it kind of took a hiatus and now it's coming back. But not only is it a new experience for our athletes, it's also an opportunity for gyms. And so what we decided and why we took some time to partner with them and really push this as a big launch is because we wanted to dissect how a gym could utilize this opportunity to grow in our off season. Summer is a time that can be difficult for gyms to keep attention of the athletes and also just to have additional income coming in. So we looked at the possibilities that were on the table for gyms. And so not only are we making this large announcement about participating in the Junior Olympics, but we're also creating a gym playbook that we're sending out to any gym that's interested on how to implement an exact program into your gym, run it. We are even giving suggestions on how many weeks, how much to charge, so that you can see an increase in revenue in a time where revenue can be a little bit scarce. So that's a lot, but it's exciting, I think. So
yeah, so let's dive into the different pieces for the listeners. So first off, I know you mentioned some people may know Junior Olympics. They've probably heard Junior Olympics. I grew up a competitive gymnast, so obviously there's a lot of Junior Olympic stuff in gymnastics. But for those people who don't know even what the AAU is and what it does, what is the AAU? How does it impact youth sports?
Yeah, so the AAU is a league. It's an amateur athletic union, and they are an organization that has been around for a very long time. I think it's over 100 years at this point. And they offer rules, insurance, and league status for all different sports. So they have pretty much all of the main sports that you see for youth participation. They have football, they have basketball, volleyball, cheerleading. They offer these leagues all out throughout the country. Basketball and volleyball are their largest sports. They currently, I want to say they have a couple 100,000 in just basketball alone. So they put on tournaments, they have rules committees, they have all of the things that a league would provide. And so the AAU, and they have amazing insurance, especially for gym owners. In our case, they call them event, or they call them something different than what we do, but we call them programs or gyms. at clubs. They call them clubs. That's what they call it. So they offer a ton of benefits for clubs, and they're able to do that because they have such a large collaboration with all of the clubs and the event producers that put on the actual AAU event. So they've been around forever. They've been running the Junior Olympics forever. And like you said, you may have recognized Junior Olympics from other sports. When I was younger as well, I ran trials for the Junior Olympics and the hurdles and track. I mean, so they've been, where I lived, I grew up in San Diego. You had to go down to a specific place to run trials just to be able to be invited to attend the event. So they've definitely been around forever. And this is something that is a really neat experience. One of the most exciting things is they have opening ceremonies. So the kids get to be a part of the opening ceremonies of the Junior Olympics, and then they get to obviously compete in their sport. We're really fortunate this year with the way the dates fell and the events fall, because you have to remember this is the Junior Olympics for all sports. So this is going on for over a week. Yeah. So this is every sport is being hosted in Houston. So you're given a specific time and day that you get to hold your event. So we're really fortunate because opening ceremony starts on July 28th and the cheer event is on July 29th. So the kids get to really take advantage of being there for that. So that's we're pretty happy about that. So,
okay. So just touching on that, because I actually wasn't even tracking that. So this isn't like a normal cheer event where like we just go, we have our convention center, we have our location, and it's just all cheer and that's what we do. This is truly like the Olympics. There's various sports competing at this event.
Yeah. So it is held in a convention center, but for example, our space is also shared with gymnastics. So gymnastics will also have, when our event is done, they'll have, it's split up. However, it's divvied up by square footage, but we have our event and we would be in the same shared space as where they would then hold the gymnastics event. And then they're also having volleyball and they're also having, all of these things are going on at one time. So, and it's about a week long, I believe, that from start to finish. So, they're having a constant competition throughout that entire week, and it moves. So, this year it's in Houston. I believe next year, I want to say it's like in Des Moines, Iowa. I think a couple years back, it was like in North Carolina. So, it moves all over the country. So it's definitely a different experience by city, but no, you're correct. It's not just, you're not just going to a cheer competition that then has a backdrop that says Junior Olympics.
Olympics, right?
Correct. Yeah, you are actually competing at the Junior Olympics in the cheer event. So we're really pumped, and for us to be able to produce it on their behalf, we feel like we're going to be able to give our kids and our athletes and our coaches an experience that they're used to on the competitive front. So that's really great. This first year, it's going to be full production, full sound, obviously, big backdrop, probably not LEDs coming out the swing this first year, but maybe in the future,
So as I hear Junior Olympics, I hear an event, it sounds like it's a 1-day competition in terms of actually when we'll compete.
Correct. Yeah. Yes.
Single performance.
Yes. Single performance.
Okay.
Yes.
And then tell me, what does a Junior Olympic cheerleading routine look like for the average, like from the perspective of the average all-star coach or owner?
So it looks exactly like what you would present at any other all-star event. So we are following the Open Championship Series age grids. We're following the Open Championship Series rubric, scoring. So if you had been competing all season in that system, you're ready to go. You don't have to make any changes to anything. And we'll talk, hopefully we'll get to talk a little bit more about what we're proposing for gyms to make this opportunity easy on them. But this is not anything different than what you're currently doing. There's no change in the model or time of the routine or anything like that. So it should be a very seamless transition if you want to participate in this.
So what levels are competing in this? Are we going all the way to level 7, or what are we doing?
For this year, we're looking at levels 1 through 3, ages mini through senior. We are offering prep divisions as well. But that's it for this year. That's the focus that we're going to start with. There is room for growth on that, and we can go all the way up as high as we would like to. But to start this year, we wanted to give people an opportunity, and I'll kind of explain why. We chose to stop at level 3. We really felt like, because this is kind of it's a summer activity, and we don't necessarily have a lot of summer activities that we currently participate in outside of whatever our gym experience is, right? We're not heavy on attending an event or anything like that. You might have some fun camps or different things like that, but summer is a little bit of our low time. We felt like it was really important to give gyms an achievable option. So that's kind of where the kind of playbook I was talking about comes in. We spent a lot of time looking at, how can I immediately incorporate this into my gym? Well, if you are to either create a pickup by sign up or a pickup by tryout team, you can utilize and recycle parts of routines from this season. You can utilize music that you've already had. You have program uniforms. There's no, you're literally reducing the cost to participate if you take this opportunity. So we felt like capping it at level 3 for this year was just a smart way to go. And it would allow gyms to open up the opportunity to much more of their clientele, and they could be able to field these teams. So we're sending out packets to anyone who is interested in them. We held a sneak peek call already, and those packets are actually going out today to the people who got on that call. But it just tells you a play-by-play, how much to charge, do an 8-week session, how to present. We're even giving people templates for social media advertising, emails, parent contracts, media releases. We put it all together so that it could seamlessly be implemented into the gym. And why does this matter? In my opinion, it matters because we're hearing feedback from gyms saying they need more revenue, they need more opportunity for growth. And so something like a pickup team allows you to utilize the athletes that want to participate, their parents want to participate. And it also opens up opportunities for athletes to invite friends. Maybe I cheer at school with a friend and they aren't on your all-star current team, but they want to do an 8-week.
Right.
Yeah, they want to do an 8-week team. They get to go do a fun trip. They're going to the Junior Olympics. They're going to get the medals, the banners, the participation. I mean, I can't imagine not being super excited, if I'm on Team Rubies and I'm Team Rubies Junior Olympics 25. I mean, how fun is that to be able to get to say that you got to participate in that? So
yeah, it is. It's definitely a super unique idea that I don't know that anyone's really gone down too aggressively in the all-star space. So it's very, very unique, and I think it's smart. It's very, very smart, and like you said, 8-week sessions. It also gives you the ability to, like you said, those high school kids or middle school kids that maybe they can't do a full all-star season. I think of a state like Illinois where you can't do both at the same time. Well, this is outside of the regular high school season, so you might be able to get those kiddos to be able to participate in something like that. So that's super cool. Random question, because Junior Olympic wise, and I just think Olympics, co-ed divisions allowed?
Oh, that's a great question. We hadn't really, there's nothing against that. So absolutely, if we had the interest, that would be allowed for sure. Yes.
I only ask because we're really the only, aside from pairs figure skating and things like that, there aren't a lot of co-ed sports.
That's true.
Really in existence at all, let alone at the Olympics, and I ask because I have boys in my program. Okay. So levels 1 through 3, tell me a little bit more. I know you've kind of given a little bit of teaser on this packet or the playbook. Tell me a little bit more about what can gym owners expect if they're excited about this and they request the playbook. Is it something they have to follow? Is it guidelines?
Not at all.
What are we looking at?
So of course, this is just, we felt the playbook was important due to the timing of being able to make this announcement. We're in the, this just as well as anyone else. We're in the dead middle of the busiest time of the season, and we're about to go into end of season. And then everybody takes one quick breath of air and goes right into tryout. So we felt it was just our due diligence to help if we're going to invite people to participate in something that has such a quick turnaround to have, kind of a guideline they could follow. Absolutely. Are you required to follow it? No, you can do whatever you want. You can charge whatever you want. We just wanted to give people an idea, especially like on the revenue side. If I'm going to do an 8-week session, here's my cost affiliated with it to the parents, because you are asking parents to participate in an additional expense on top of what they're already paying for tuition and everything else. But something as simple as an 8-week session, I think we did a budget for, if you had a team of 15 and you charge kind of based on what we said in the packet, you're making an extra $6,500 off of the fees to come back to the gym. Well, if you have 2 teams like that, that's $13,000. I mean, for some gyms, that could be rent for a couple months that helps them get through the season. And you're really not adding a whole lot more. Obviously, you have to have the interest from your coaches or your staff to want them to go and travel to this event, but you're really not adding a whole lot more to your plate. And so we wanted to just give ideas to people. Again, do anything you want to charge. Everybody has different dynamics in their area. Some can charge more, some can charge less. We made a strong suggestion not to overkill the cost on this. You don't need a whole new set of practice clothes and a whole new uniform, and you don't really have to go get new music. Can you? Sure, I guess so, if that's what you want to do, but the cost and the barrier to entry becomes, higher the more you put on people. So we're not telling people what to do, but we're encouraging people to make this something that's available to as many people as possible. And, to your point about bringing in other athletes, if you have friends in middle school that are interested, if you have friends in high school that are interested, if you have kids in rec tumbling classes or school tumbling classes that are coming to your gym that have been watching on the side, this is a great opportunity to say, try something, and you may have a forever athlete after that. So it's really about exposing, your current kids to a new experience and keeping them hyped and excited. And it's about offering new, pickup or some type of, I guess, trial offer of just a shorter session of something that before maybe I want to make a commitment as a parent to an entire all-star season. Maybe this is what does it for me. Oh, I had such a great time. My child loved it. They liked being on this team. Now I'm ready to commit. It is a little late, obviously, to tryouts and such, but I don't know of anyone that's really turning down kids during the year.
Not many. I mean, there are a few gyms probably here and there, but most of us are taking kids through the summer. And
we'll figure it out, right?
Yeah.
So
especially if they're talented, right?
Yes, absolutely. And I mean, I think something that we've really tried to focus on, and how we've talked about previously, but how like the All-Star World Championship came around, or even the Open Championship Series, was the thought process has always been bringing back experience, bringing back enjoyment. Like, you have this truly competitive industry that is passionate, and the people who make up the industry as a whole are like really hardcore at the desires of, competitive edge and what they want to do. And sometimes, in the process of that, we lose sight of the actual experience beyond, I did a webinar with other sports for, travel, like the CVBs and the cities. And, I said this, and I said it tongue in cheek, but it's the truth. Like, there's only one winner per division. So like, what is the experience that everybody else is getting? Because it really does matter. So whether it's the city you're in, or the opening ceremonies at something like like the Junior Olympics, or it's the, reveal of making it to finals, or whatever experiences you're creating, those are part of the core memories that go with the kids, and that helps them come back. Same with parents. Am I feeling that I got my most out of my very large cost to enter into these massive facilities? Like, do I feel like when I leave that my kid had a great time, I enjoyed it, and I'm ready to sign up again? So those have always been perspectives that we've tried to take. And so this is kind of just a continuation of that. This is another experience that may not be for everybody. I think, lots of gyms could benefit from this, but you might only have one team. You might, or you might say, and we take summers off and we pass on this, but we have to, as an industry together and as an ecosystem, continue to look for more and new things and be thriving and exciting. Otherwise, we lose. I mean, my God, the kids now, I mean, my own children, you can't keep their attention for more than, they've got swipe or no swiping all the time. So,
I mean, we have to innovate, which I think you guys are exceptional at. And what I really love about this program, and you've kind of touched on it, but just to really hammer that nail in and make people understand, you guys are suggesting a methodology that you can incur almost zero of your normal assessment costs, aside from whatever it's going to cost to attend the actual Junior Olympics. So the travel, the hotel, coaches' fees on that side, make sure you do your calculations correctly there. But then you can set now a tuition that is staying within the gym and not going anywhere else. You're not having to hire a choreographer. You're not all of those things that make this sport so expensive. And not that they're not without reason, but most gyms, their tuition is 30 to 40% maximum of the total cost of the season, what stays in the gym, and everything else is pass through, buying uniforms, paying for competitions, all of those things. And so now you can take all this stuff that you've already paid for, leverage it, and bring in additional revenue. So I think that's so cool. And even if it's just, maybe you get an entire team on board of hey, guess what? All-Star Worlds isn't our last event.
Right.
If you guys are all in, we're going to the Junior Olympics with this team.
That's right.
And you don't even have to redo anything. You might have one or two kids that don't do it, but
that's 100% accurate. And that is what's going to be the push. And that's why we did the playbook, because we really wanted to encourage people to see it from that perspective. You can do whatever you want, but don't, because you don't need to. Take your program uniform, take your choreography, even if you're, like you said, ideally, if you take a team and everybody's heck yeah, we want to do this, cool, you're set. You just got bonus practice and you're out, But if you do have a pickup team by sign up or a pickup team by tryout or whatever you decide to do, resist the urge, push that urge down to add unnecessary pieces to it, because allow the money that comes in be to the benefit of your facility and your program and what you need, because really the tuition is going to be the main cost of this. If you do this way we're suggesting, your registration, it's $85 for the kid to compete at the event. Okay. The parents are paying that. You need coaches fees, like you said, I don't know, depending on the size of your program, $100, $150, whatever that is. The parents are paying that. That's straight cost. You zero it out. Get them a cute t-shirt to travel together, team, whoever. That's, a $15 cost. Add some minimal, spend $50 on that portion, but that's it. Don't go.
Still, you can still make it, like you said, an experience, right?
Absolutely.
You can still, let's plan a team dinner where we're going to all go out.
That's right. You got to eat
or a team
anyways.
pizza party.
That's right.
Yeah. Let's get a cute Junior Olympics t-shirt or tank top, or it's Texas in the summer, so maybe a tank top.
There you go.
But don't do let Summit, All-Star Worlds, whatever it is your end of season, stay the big packages and all that stuff that people are used to. You don't have to necessarily change it, although maybe you should. And then allow this to be a lesser cost.
Absolutely. And if you're giving a reasonable tuition for this 8-week session, which, we did some research across, a handful of gyms and gave some suggestions, but people can take that or leave it. You're bringing in enough money to really help your program out, and with some type of expense that you probably, were, I hate to say it, but trying to get flyers classes or extra tumbling or, camps. And not that you don't have to do that stuff still, but this would be
still make all the normal money and just add additional revenue.
Right. We talked about it on the call. I was if you do the math, if you can get a team, and, we picked 15 as a number because that's a fairly average size team. You might have 12, you might have 20, whatever. But if you did 2 or 3 of those, if your gym can allow for you to do 2 or 3 of those teams, that's a lot of additional revenue. And if you are smart about it and you recycle, which again, we're strongly suggesting people do, you do what you want. Don't go buy another, mix. Don't go buy, like, you have them. You have all of this. You don't have to do that, And there may be some day where looks different. I don't know. But, I think that if
it's cheer, we will ruin it.
I was going to say,
if we can ruin a good thing, we can ruin it. Anyone can.
If it becomes, so highly competitive, which there is a chance that something like this could happen, then people may not be able to handle not, taking their team beyond or whatever, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But we want to keep offering innovations that are multifaceted in their purpose, right? Like, it's experience for the athletes and it's experience for the gym. I mean, it's something to brag about, obviously. It's income and additional revenue, and it's opportunity to bring in. How you manage it is up to you. But if you use all the templates and the things that we're offering, I mean, we're literally sending out, social media posts that you can use. We're sending out, like, I'm a junior Olympic athlete, like, for the kids. I mean, we're giving you all of that stuff, because never underestimate the fear of missing out for, one of your kids' teammates wanting to, well, I want to go to the Junior Olympics. Well, no problem. Or bring a friend day or whatever. So, I mean, it's all how you look at it. It's all perspective. And again, it may not be for everybody, but I think there's a lot of gyms that could really benefit from something like this. So,
yeah, I mean, and where I see it going is I could see us going down the path of people start building, like, okay, I'm going to have a Junior Olympics team tryout in
February,
October, and we're going to train all
yeah.
year and, be ready for the Junior Olympics. I can see people kind of going down that path. And I was tongue in cheek saying we can ruin it, but
no, I know
we've done a lot of great stuff in cheer. I'm more saying for the listeners.
I know what you mean.
I don't think we're going to ruin it per se, but, like, let's also just take advantage of the opportunity as it exists right now.
Correct. Yeah.
And we'll see where it goes from here.
Yeah.
And I imagine you guys are also like, hey, look, we'll see where this goes. Like, maybe we add level 4, maybe we add these higher levels. But for right now, this is attainable, manageable, and we can find some success.
Yeah. And I mean, it was thought through on the concept of, well, one, let's be honest, level 4 is struggling as a whole right now, across the gyms in general. But, everyone, knock on wood, should be able to field a level 1 through 3 team. So it gave everybody the opportunity to participate, right? Not everybody can field a 4 or a 5, definitely not a 6 or beyond. So, 7 or whatever. So it's not that those things are off the table, but we wanted to create a space where anyone could come and participate. That doesn't mean that next year it won't be through level 6. That doesn't mean that. So,
right.
Yeah.
So I have one more question, which I think I know the answer to, but just want to verify. So there's no qualification. You don't have to qualify to attend. You can essentially sign up and go.
That's correct. Yeah. So, and we're, someone asked us on the call, like, what's the maximum teams that can attend? I would say for this season, we're looking at about a cap at about 200 teams. There's definitely a lot of space that can allow for more in the future. But for right now, this year, we would cap it at 200 teams. And if we got to 200 teams this first year, that would be phenomenal. So, I mean, I think when you open up new products, it's hard to know what people's interest levels will be. But I see this, in my opinion, I try to always look at things from a long-term view. I see this as a 2 to 3 season success. So it'll take, this year to initiate it, next year for people to hear more about it. And by the 3rd year, you'll see the real, it'll stick. That's usually what I've found in the industry, is it takes about 3 years for people to really get on board with things. So
D1, D2 splits, obviously not like a thing, I'm guessing.
No, we don't have anything like that set up. No. And especially with it being encouraged to be pickup teams and everything else, it's a different, again, you can do it how you choose. We're not telling you how. I always want to say that, because I know we struggle in this industry. We don't like to be told what to do, for sure. So,
right.
But yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So levels 1 through 3. You said mini through senior or
mini,
tiny?
youth,
Mini
junior,
through
senior. Yep.
Mini youth, junior, senior, open, the opens age grid,
Scoring,
the
age
opens
grids,
rules, the
rubric.
open
Yep.
scoring. And how do people who are listening, who missed the call,
Sure.
who are interested,
Yeah.
how do they request the playbook, and where are people going to go to register and be like, yes, I'm in. I want to make sure I'm one of those 200 teams.
Sure. So, we're doing a launch, and I don't know when we're airing this particular podcast, but we're doing a launch
after the embargo is done.
Okay. Well, then we are launching Tuesday, which is the 18th of March, and we are not going to open registration officially until May 1st, so people have time to get through the end of season. But they will be able to go on the AAU website, as well as we'll have a landing page on our website that connects them to all the information they'll need. There's a couple things that are required to participate in the Junior Olympics, AAU membership being one of them, which is great. It's super inexpensive, and some other stuff, but nothing that's too hard to wrap your mind around. And then they'll be able to request that packet if they're looking for it, or just go on their own. I mean, like I said, they don't have to, but we'll have that available. So that big announcement's coming out very soon. And, there'll be lots of posts to follow. And so our website, the AAU website, as well as we'll be hosting the registration. So it'll be what they're familiar with currently.
Okay. Awesome. Well, I think it is so cool.
Thank you.
I'm going to be hopping off and calling my wife and being like, so I have this thing.
How would you like to go to Houston?
Yeah, exactly.
It's hot there. It's sunny.
Let's go back to Texas one more time.
That's right.
But it's very cool. And I certainly appreciate how you guys continue to innovate. And as a gym owner, I appreciate that you guys have that mindset of like, okay, how do we make this be beneficial for the gyms? Like, not just another product to bring in revenue for the open, but like, how do we make this so everyone is winning? The athletes are winning, the families are winning, the gyms are winning, and our company is winning. And I think that kind of bottom up mindset is so valuable and needed in our industry. So I really appreciate that. And I appreciate your time. I imagine this episode is releasing the day of the announcement, just kind of go in conjunction and build vibe and buzz, because it is super exciting, and I can't wait to see what it looks like to have Cheer be in the Junior Olympics. That's just going to be such a unique experience.
Well, thank you for allowing me to jump on with you and doing it quickly, and just appreciate the conversation and support. So thank you very much.
Yeah. Is there anything anyone needs to know that we haven't covered yet about this new opportunity, or any parting words you want to give the listeners?
I don't know that they need to know more. I just would always like to encourage listeners and all of us in the industry to be open to new opportunities and change, and to allow ourselves to embrace the idea of stepping out of some of the things that we know and trying new things, because I think we may find that they're very beneficial to the health of our businesses. And I just would always encourage people to take a deep breath and think about the success of their company for the long run. And so that's always kind of my message is, let's grow together. And when we're bringing you this stuff, we just want you to consider it, because we believe that it can help us all sustain the industry we love so much.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Yep.
Everyone, thank you for tuning in, and we will catch you on the next episode.